Right then, listen up. My name is Kamil Samoilowicz, and we're not just cooking. We're embarking on a journey across Europe. Forget your fancy Michelin restaurants. Forget avocado on toast. We're diving headfirst into the kind of food that separates the brave from the, well, you lot. These are recipes passed down through generations, and they will challenge every single one of your senses. Now I have to warn you, not for the faint of heart. If you're the type to send a steak back because it's slightly pink, click away now. We'll see fermented fish that can clear a room, cheese that's literally alive, soups made from blood, roasted heads, sea monsters, and much more. Get in the comments now and tell me which of these dishes you'd have the bottle to try. Buckle up, let's go. Right, first up, Sweden. A dish that's more of a chemical weapon than a meal. Surströmming. You take Baltic herring and let it ferment. Not days, not weeks, months. Packed in a tin where fermentation continues, the can bulges. Opening it is like releasing a stink grenade. The smell is rotten eggs, rancid butter, raw sewage. It clings to your clothes, your hair, your soul. Served outdoors on tunbrod with potatoes, onions, and a dollop of creme fraiche. A rite of passage for Swedes. It's an experience, a social event, an acquired taste full of nostalgia and audacity. From the smelly shores of Sweden to the fancy kitchens of France, escargots à la bourguignon, snails in shells cooked with garlic and parsley butter. They're cleaned, boiled, then buried in beurre d'escargot, garlic, parsley, butter, then baked until bubbling. The snail texture is like a mushroom or a clam, chewy, not slimy, and the sauce? Pure French brilliance. Now to Greece, sunshine, history, and some seriously gutsy food. Kokoretsi uses the parts most people throw away. Heart, liver, lungs, kidneys. Chopped, seasoned, skewered, then wound in cleaned intestines, guts wrapped in guts, into a massive log. Roasted over coals for hours until crispy outside and succulent inside, a festive centerpiece. To Norway, for lutefisk. The name liefish should be a warning. Dried cod is soaked in a lye solution, caustic soda, then rinsed repeatedly. The result is a translucent, gelatinous mass, slippery and jiggly, served at Christmas with potatoes, peas, butter, bacon, and mustard. Fat and salt make it palatable. Love it or hate it. Let's move on to Poland. A soup as dark as its color. Czernina is made with fresh duck blood mixed with vinegar. The blood is the foundation. Dried fruits, plums, pears, cherries, give it a sweet and sour profile. Historically served to rejected suitors as a brutal no. Back in Scandinavia, blod pudding, pig's blood mixed with flour, milk, molasses, marjoram, and onion baked into a dark loaf. Slices are fried in butter until crispy and served with lingonberry jam and often bacon. Sweet, tart, and salty. Hearty, iron-rich peasant food, surprisingly delicious when crisped and balanced with jam. If you thought Surströmming was bad, hold my beer. Iceland Hákarl, fermented Greenland shark. Beheaded and gutted, buried in a sandpit with stones to press out toxic fluids, fermented for 6-12 weeks, then dried for months. What remains? Brown crust, soft white interior, small cubes served on toothpicks. The smell is ammonia level. Tourists often pinch their nose and wash it down with Brennivin, the local schnapps. Taste is very fishy with an ammonia tang, but it's an Icelandic rite of passage and a cultural icon. Enter forbidden territory. Sardinia's Casu Marzu. The EU calls it unsafe, but locals treasure it. A pecorino wheel intentionally infested with live insect larvae, maggots that ferment the cheese. Larvae break down fats, the cheese weeps lagrima, becoming extremely soft and pungent. Some eat the maggots, others remove them. It can fling larvae when disturbed. Health authorities ban it, yet it's sold clandestinely as the ultimate forbidden flavor. For Sardinians, it's tradition and an aphrodisiac, intense, sharp, spicy, and lingering. From island Sardinia to mainland Italy, testina di agnello, roasted lamb's head, cleaned, sometimes boiled, then roasted with garlic, rosemary, potatoes, and white wine. You get the cheeks, the tongue, the creamy brain, and yes, the eyeballs. Each bite a different texture and honor to nose-to-tail culture. A simple, ancient way of not wasting anything. Rustic, earthy, and very satisfying. Venice, gondolas, canals, and grilled eel. Anguilla alla brace. Eels are skinned, chopped into chunks, and skewered. Cooked a la brace over charcoal with bay leaves. Fat drips, smoke puffs, and intense aroma. The flesh is rich, oily, and firm, served with lemon and polenta. Tastes surprisingly sweet and delicate. To the Balkans. Pacha, a collagen-rich stew of head, feet, and ears. Heads, trotters, and ears simmered low and slow until everything falls apart. Served hot as a breakfast broth with bread, garlic, and vinegar, a hangover cure and winter staple. or cooled into a firm jellied terrine, pifti or latatina, sliced with mustard or horseradish. Back home, Scotland haggis, our national dish. Sheep's pluck, heart, liver, lungs, minced with onion, oatmeal, suet, and spices. Traditionally stuffed into a stomach casing and simmered for hours. Piped in by bagpiper for Burns night, served with neeps and tatties, peppery, savory, and moreish. Back to Norway, smalahove, a whole sheephead, salted, smoked, and boiled or steamed, served hot at Christmas with boiled potatoes and mashed swede, confronting, traditional, and communal. Start with ear and cheek, prize the tongue and the eye. Texture is meaty, fatty, and prized by traditionalists. It's a social event that honors resourcefulness and old agricultural life. Rabbit in France, lapin à la moutarde, for some, pet, for others, a delicacy. Rabbit is jointed and browned, then simmered with onions, wine, and heaps of Dijon mustard. A spoon of crème fraîche finishes a sharp, creamy mustard sauce, perfect with crusty bread, pasta, or potatoes. Lean, tender meat. Rabbit tastes like refined chicken. This dish forces you to reconsider cultural norms about animals. Final dish journey, the treacherous coasts of Galicia and Persebes, goose barnacles. They look alien, fleshy stalks and a black hoof-like cap. Prized and extremely expensive. Perseveros abseil cliffs or jump from boats to pry them off rocks. One of the world's most dangerous jobs. Boiled briefly in seawater with a bay leaf. Peeled and you eat the tender stalk. A blast of sweet, briny ocean between clam and lobster. 15 dishes across Europe that shocked, challenged, and for some, delighted. These plates tell stories of survival, celebration, identity, and daring creativity. Which dish surprised you the most? Comment below, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for more culinary madness. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.